Barry, Dean Barry and Nathan Barry. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Can you start off with a little bit of the Barry history for us, please?
Okay, well, I've been racing for probably 32 years. I guess these two guys didn't have much of a choice. We dragged them everywhere when we used to do all the meetings once upon a time. But yeah, probably about 30 years I've been racing, 32 years, something like that.
And has it always been in a blown displacement, or have you been in other craft before?
No, I started off in the bad boat. I didn't come through the ranks. I never was interested in that. My first blown boat, I guess, probably did about 100 mile an hour.
Back in those sort of days, I bet you were flying up the front.
Well, I thought I was going to beat everyone until my first race meeting, and Brian McCosker lapped me in 3 laps. I thought I was in serious trouble here.
There you go. What about you, Nathan? How's it all started for yourself?
You want to pass the microphone? That's alright. Basically, well, I grew up in it. Obviously, I spent my childhood going all around the country with Dad and the family, going racing. So I really don't know much different. It's sort of what I grew up doing, and I've been racing 10 years now. Actually, 10 years this year.
Yep.
Since I started, in 105. So yeah.
And Cody, you're starting the same scenario?
Yeah,
you're following in the tracks?
Yeah, I started in the tracks. I've been racing probably 2 years now. Nathan's old boat, come up for sale, and I just wanted to start racing, so it was a good opportunity to get that. Yeah, now
that's awesome. The whole family goes together, bring the whole race team together, so it's a very good close-knit family sort of scenario.
Yeah, it just gets a little bit tough when you've got 3 boats at a race meeting. We tend to neglect this one, and it's always, Dad, have a look at this, Dad, have a look at that. So you're sort of, between the other 2 boats and that, but this one sort of gets neglected. But I mean, what do you do,
That's it. Yeah. So, Dean, you were saying to us before, you were the original engine builder?
Yeah, I used to build my engines here in the garage, which I built for many, many years, and then I used to get a guy called Jenkins Performance, James, and he used to do all my machine work, and which is only down in Penrith, probably 10-15 minutes away. He used to do all the machine work, the boring and honing and stuff like that, and then he'd bring it here and deliver it, and I'd build the engines in the shed here. It took me probably about a year for him to come out and say, come out and have a look what we're doing here. Yeah, I'll come out, yeah. And I finally got him out there one day. He finally gave up and came out to the first race meeting, and he just went, you guys are nuts. I want some of this. How do I get involved? And that's how Jenkins came on board, and now we do the engines down at a proper workshop now in an engine room. But we've become pretty good friends, like over the years, and he looks after Nathan's engine now, and he's actually building Cody's new engine. He's got a new engine coming, so yeah, he's a bit of an asset, and everything gets done down there.
That's amazing. Bit of history within the family, and obviously Jenkins Performance. Roughly how long do you think that's been going on for?
James has been involved for probably, I watched his kids grow up. He never had no kids, so
2016.
Mason would be 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
He's pretty good with all that sort of stuff.
So obviously running 2 blown displacements, and obviously with Cody in the mile an hour classes, there's got to be some sort of differences between all the boats. Dean, running the 2 engines, what's the difference between the 2 blown displacement engines?
They are basically the same, identical, same cams. I think my head's a little bit bigger, not by much. They're both 510s. There's really no difference. I think Nathan's just put a Pro Mag in his, so his ignition system's a little bit different. I've just put a Super Mag 6 in this one here, but as far as engine combinations, they're basically identical.
More compression now too.
More compression, yep. Cody, what about yourself? Running the open deck?
Yeah, I got the open deck. Currently building a new engine because I didn't listen to Dad with the other brand new engine I built, and that whole thing was a throwout. So James has got all the parts there, and hopefully we can get all that done. Going to go a little bit bigger engine with more compression, and hopefully we can get that done for January. So that's going to be our goal. Plus the new boat. The old boat was sort of a repair job that we didn't want to do. We'd rather just get a new boat. So we've got the new boat, which is identical hull, but between the two boats, they're completely different to drive. But other than that, yeah.
Now, fellas, there is a nice race meeting coming up in January. I'm assuming all three of you guys are going to be entering?
I've entered, paid, done. Don't know about these two clowns, but anyway.
I'm in the process of entering. I've just got to keep filling it out.
So, looking forward to this race meeting, kicking off and all that sort of stuff. Is there much difference between the racetracks, setup-wise, for you to look at?
Nah, Windsor I only raced there a month ago, whatever the spectacular was. Berry, I like Berry. Berry's picturesque. And it's a nice track down at Berry. I don't think there's too much. I mean, Windsor's obviously a little bit narrower than Berry, so I guess they'll run the boats per course. But yeah, I mean, a racetrack's a racetrack.
Nath, can you give us a little bit of an update on your boat, how it's progressing?
Well, it's all been fixed by Child's Play. They've done a fantastic job. A bit of glass work, fins, other bits and pieces. It's going in to get painted next week. So just get all the paint touched up. I'm going to change a few things on the paintwork, just a couple of little things I want to do different on it. Once we get it back from the painters, I'll get some stuff anodised at the moment. Just going to tidy it up, and hopefully James will have the motor done soon, and then that can all basically go back together. I'm hoping to have it together sort of within the next month, fire it up and ready to go again.
Wonderful. Cody, can you give us an update on yourself for us?
My boat's still probably half done from being finished painted. So once that's all painted, Nathan will do all the graphics on it. Yeah, the whole inside of the boat got refitted out by Gary Newell from Child's Play, so all that's nice and new. Yeah, other than that, yeah, still a while away. Yeah, it's a little bits at a time we're getting done. So yeah.
Dean, it looks like you're pretty much set up, ready to go.
Yeah, we just got to put the rockers back on. We don't leave to leave the valve springs down if it's sitting for over sort of a month or something. So we wind the valve springs off, and it's just got to have them. Yeah, just reset and put back on and put fuel in. It's ready to fire. It's ready to go from Windsor. We had no issues at Windsor. Just a few electrical problems, which we never had before, which came to Windsor on the Friday, and but no, it's ready to go. We've got no problems at all.
Now, fellas, it's a big thing to lug 3 boats around. Wherever you are, it's a big thing. You've got to have a good team and a good crew. Can you tell us a little bit about those people?
Well, first of all, my main crewman, Jason Cook, he's my sort of crew chief guy. Without him, at the moment, it'd be very, very hard. We do have a very good crew. Here we have.
Yeah, we've got
Kieran.
Kieran, he lives at Bathurst. We've got a guy that comes up from Melbourne with us called Ron, or we call him Rep. He's a really big help. He lives down in the rainy city, I think I'll call it down there, because every time I ring him it's raining. We've got a guy from Taree that comes down and helps us.
Two
guys, yeah. What's
Caleb
that? Caleb and Gary, they come down from Taree, and they help us. But yeah, that's probably about all I can think of at the moment.
Plus the family, Jason, Sherry and that.
Yeah, Jason.
Brother-in-law.
Yeah.
A lot of hands up there.
Go past. Stop that. Now, also lugging the boats around. Obviously, you can't do it all by yourself. So, can you tell us a little bit of the sponsors that you've got attached with it?
Well, with the boats, before we had 3, and we only had 1. One of these guys would either tow the transporter. But now we've got 3 boats, it gets a little bit difficult, so we sort of try and get whoever we can get to tow the transporter. My wife, I mean, we've obviously got 2 tow cars, but my wife don't like to sort of tow anything, she sort of panics. So yeah, we've just got to try and find someone if we're going on a long distance to tow the transporter. So we normally get someone, but yeah, just getting a little bit, it's not like it was in the old days where you could just get one of these guys, hook up to their car because they didn't have a boat and tow it, but anyway, it is what it is.
What about some of your sponsors?
Yeah, look, a big sponsor of mine is, actually I've got a number of big sponsors. Brian Kennett from Kennepack really helped us out over the last 10 years. He's sort of, don't show up to many meetings anymore. He's always on a cruise. And then you've got James from Jenkins Performance, really big help. As I said, we do all the stuff down at the workshop now, which makes it a lot easier. Then we've got Gulf Western Oils. Well, they're just fantastic. Great oil, great company, great guy. I know that the guy that owns Gulf Western Oils, Ben, I've known him since he was a little boy. I knew Peter Vickery, rest his soul, he's in heaven now. He gave us a sponsorship first, and basically Ben and his brother took it over and honoured their father. They've been sponsoring me for, have to be probably 15 years now. But yeah, good products, good guys, good team down there at Gulf Western Oils.
Basically just James and James definitely looks after us with the engines. Child's Play, Neely's have done a lot for me, a lot actually. They're very, very good, always helpful. I do use Gulf Western Oils as well. I get it through Dad for free. Other than that, I really don't have really many sponsors. I'm not all in my own pocket. Jason, he helps out a lot. Sort of, plays it around, does bits and pieces and that, so I guess you're a sponsor.
Cody, what about yourself?
Probably just the same as Dad. For the Gulf Western, James definitely helps me out a lot. Child's Play's helped me out a lot too, fitting the new boat out. And yeah, really, sometimes Dad helps me out, not much anymore. So yeah, that's it.
Barry's Roofing.
Barry's Roofing is always number one.
Barry's Roofing, that's the sponsor.
That'd have to be a main sponsor.
Barry's the main sponsor.
Main sponsor.
Old mate Barry pulls a lot of money for it.
Fellas, tuning of the boats, who's the person doing that one?
You're looking at him.
Is it
Yeah,
mechanical or fuel injected?
Sorry?
Mechanical or fuel injected?
No, mechanical. We don't have computers. I mean, we don't have all this $10,000 computers and all this sort of stuff. We just run a magneto coil. I do all the tuning by eye on the spark plug. I've sort of got that mastered at the moment, so yeah, I've got that mastered, so all I've got is pyros, but I don't even look at them. I mean, we do a race, we'll sort of get a run on a Friday maybe, put a new set of plugs in there, come back and then pull them out and basically tune it from there. I do Nathan's too, do the same thing. He's got pyros, we don't even look at the pyros.
I don't have pyros, they burnt the fire.
Oh, well, he hasn't got pyros anyway, but yeah, so I just, as I said, I'll just look at the plugs and they'll just pull the plugs out and bring them over to me. If they've got to be numbered in the cylinders, and I'll be able to tell them what to do, whether take fuel out, put fuel in, or high-speed lean, or the main pool lean, or fat, whatever. Yeah, so we just read the plugs.
So a little silly question would be, how much fuel are you using roughly on a race?
Well, this particular engine at Windsor, I did leave the engine very, very fat. It was actually making oil. I wanted to do that because we did have a problem in number 6 cylinder where it was running lean, and we nearly hurt a couple of engines that way. So I put a brand new pump on this one actually, and then it changed the whole tune again. So I didn't really get too much time on the Friday because of electrical problems to tune it. But now number 1's a little bit fat, so the new pump has changed the tune quite a bit. But I left it fat, as I said, at Windsor, so we'll probably be able to get a little bit of better tune if we get practice on the Friday for the worlds that are coming up, and maybe get a little bit closer. But it was making quite a bit of oil, so but anyway, we'll get on top of that. That's no problems at all.
It's using about 60
sorry,
litres a race.
Sorry, back to the fuels. Probably using about 65 to 70 litres a race. So it was running very fat. It's a 100-litre tank.
100 litres. Nath, yourself?
About the same.
About the same?
I don't really take no, the boys do it. They fill it up. They tell me, I just
Yeah.
paying attention.
Yeah.
Cody?
I'll probably only use about maybe 10 litres a race, if that.
Very economical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Except my fuel is,
Yes, $500 a drum,
no,
but
it's not. It's $900 a drum, so it's 10 times, well,
900,
twice
yeah.
is what they run. So
There you go. Fellas, a little bit of prop talk. What props are you running?
Don't know.
oh, I
You
can
got it?
answer that.
It's
We run a Menkins.
Menkins
Yeah.
Fellas, talking about cav plates. Dean, what sort of setup are you running?
Okay, well, I've just put an air assist on this probably, how long ago now?
2019 it was.
19?
2019, yeah.
And what a difference that made. Yeah, so much easier. I can drive it right up to the corner now and basically exit a lot easier. I don't know how I did it. That's probably why I got big calf muscles. But anyway, I mean, the guy that put it on there was one of our crew guys, Ron, down in Melbourne. Now I took the boat down there, and he fit. What a master the way he's done it. I mean, it's so simple, and it works absolutely perfect, brilliant. But I don't know how I drove the boat without that. But yeah, now it's pretty easy to drive now since that. Yeah.
Nath, yourself?
Just springs, mate. Just plain old springs.
Big muscly legs.
Yeah. I had the original springs that came with the boat, the newest pile now, around about that long. That
Yep.
was after a couple of laps. Yeah, that was pretty. Pretty hard to push. Definitely wore the legs out. And then Ben Swan put me onto a longer set of springs that will spread the load out, and that made a massive difference. Now I'm pretty good, but you still got to sort of. Still would have some sort of strength in your legs still now, and so I try to go to the gym and usually get cardio and everything like that. But I've sort of let myself go lately. But still need to be half sort of fit. But I'm having Dargo had issues with it actually. I don't know what's going on, but it was actually pulling the springs down 3/4 straight. So I've got to sort that out once we get the boat running again. Figure out what's going on there. Maybe put some more tension on it.
Yep. Cody, yourself?
with my kind of plate system in the old boat, it wasn't really working at all because it had an aluminium bar at the back. So when I was pushing, I had not really much down pedal at all. So with the new boat, you can just tap it and the boat just goes down. You just feather it really, and it's just way completely different to the other one. So
Yeah, what we're finding with that, I don't know why someone would put an aluminium bar over there and run your rods down. It was actually twisting. So when he was putting his foot on the cab plate, it was basically twisting the bar,
Maybe
which
that's-
was aluminium. And since the new one's got a steel one, totally different. I mean, he's got full cab plate now, so.
Maybe that was why it was so loose when I was driving it. It's pretty wild.
Fellas, let's talk about wings. Nathan?
I've run mine with and without. I did like it better with the wing. Without the wing, was a little bit more of a rock in it. But in saying it too, I haven't really played around with plates much. Sort of the wing was on there, and it all worked. I took it off, give it a couple of runs. It was all right, but I liked it better with the wing, and I just put it back on. But I guess if we took the wing off and played with the plates a lot more, you'd probably get it to run the exact same. It's mostly on there just for looks. For me anyway. Looks cool.
Dean, I can see you've done a couple of mile an hour badges on the side of the boat. You're 200 and 100 mile an hour. Any
Yeah.
chances of doing that with yourself, Nate?
Yeah, that'd be good. I like the kilos. If they ever have it, yeah, definitely want to give it a crack.
And
I'd like to be happy with sort of the 140 mark, around the 140s. I'd be wrapped.
Dean, any chance of reliving some of those highlights?
Yeah, I'd like to do it again and this time be prepared for it. I got a propeller from Berger on, and I don't know why I kept it on there, but it just wasn't up to speed. Around 139 or something. But I mean, with my normal propeller, I was running like in the 140s, and for some reason I never put it on there. So I don't know what happened there, but yeah, we that was at Taree actually.
Cody, yourself?
yeah, one day.
One day?
One day in a bigger boat, not really in mine.
All right. Well, fellas, I'm going to wrap this up, but thank you so much for having us down for this version of In the Shed. We look forward to seeing you on the water in January, and let's see how Team Culprit turn up and run.
Thank you.
Good luck for the weekend,
Yeah,
fellas.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Thank you.